Alright family, welcome back to the channel. It's BrainFLoTv / Hot Topics TV. You already know if the topic is hot, we're on it. This right now, super hot. I told y'all from the beginning, I said I thought that ASAP Rocky should have took that plea deal. ASAP Rocky's plea deal would have worked out to about 6 months behind bars. An attorney said they wouldn't even have let him do 6 months. He would have probably been out in 3. Get back to your life, get back to Rihanna and the babies. You know what I mean? Get this behind you. The only thing is, of course, guilty of a gun assault would have been on his record. Now, the alternative to that is fighting the state in court. Everybody knows when you turn your back on a plea deal and you decide to fight the state in court, if you take it to trial and you lose, the state always comes back revengeful. It's like you should have took this damn plea deal, but since you didn't, because you thought you could weasel your way out of this, since we found you guilty, now we about to ram it up your you-know-what. I think ASAP Rocky is in a bad position. Pause. No pun intended. So ASAP Rocky's trial right now is heading for closing arguments. Matter of fact, this morning I woke up. Today, February 13th, 2025, it said that ASAP Rocky's attorney for the defense has already submitted his closing argument. I want y'all to pay attention to something. And this is why I know that he's in deep shit. Lawyers give their closing arguments at the trial of ASAP Rocky, who is accused of 2 felony counts of assault with a semi-automatic firearm. I ain't never seen a black man, poor or rich, walk away from felony counts of assault with a semi-automatic firearm. Where there was an accusation of shots being fired from that firearm, even if the bullet grazed somebody or hit him in the ankle, they're not getting away. So walk through these details with me. Keep your ears open, and I'm going to show you why I think ASAP Rocky is in deep shit. By the way, there was a video out a couple of days ago where Rihanna went back to court, and she was leaving the court. I don't know if she had a bug flew in her eye, or she was just overwhelmed and having a long day. Sometimes how your eyelashes might fall off in your eye, one of them, and you're trying to rub it out. But a lot of media houses had it that she was crying leaving the courthouse. I'm not saying that's true. I don't think she is. I think Rihanna is such a strong woman that she's from the Caribbean, okay? Rihanna ain't crying in front of the whole world just like that. So I'll give it the benefit of the doubt and just say something flew in her eye. However, the way this is going, I wouldn't be surprised if it was crying. So there's one essential difference between the arguments from ASAP Rocky's attorney and the prosecution. You know what that difference is? The defense lawyer will say he fired a gun, but the gun he fired blanks. Pay attention, y'all. Open your ears. Why is my defense lawyer having to say, I did fire a gun, but the gun that I fired blanks? And I did have a gun on me, but it wasn't a real gun. It was a fake gun. The prosecution will say, these are the people that's trying to put you away, will say ASAP Rocky carried a real gun and he fired 2 shots, real shots, out of that real gun. This is what this case has come to. Even if you don't hear any more of this video beyond this point, I want you to let this sit in your brain right here. Now, jurors should begin deliberation by the afternoon on 2 felony counts of assault with the semi-automatic firearm for the 2001 shooting. If they convict ASAP Rocky on both of them, he could get up to 24 years in prison. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. They were saying the same thing about Tory Lanez. And Tory Lanez was facing originally like 35 years. And then they brought it down to 24. And then next thing we know, he ended up with 10. So if they're saying A$AP Rocky is looking at 24, I'm guessing he could end up with somewhere around 5 to 8 years if found guilty. That's a whole nother video for us to talk about Rihanna being out here raising 2 children while A$AP Rocky is doing 5 to 8 years in some state penitentiary somewhere. Is she going to be faithful? Is she going to move on? All kinds of stuff like that. It's hard to ask a woman to hold it down for 8 years. A lot of people say, yeah, that's easy. I'll walk it down with you. I'll do the time with you, babe. I'll be here when you get home. But you really think your woman is about to let her coochie wait for 8 years for some satisfaction? All right. If you believe that, then you got a good one, if it's true. So, the Grammy-nominated music star, fashion mogul, and actor, as they describe him as he is the longtime partner of singing superstar sensation fashionista Rihanna, with whom they have 2 toddler boys. He would not be here to raise his toddler boys for almost a decade, by my calculations, unless they really hit him with hard time. You know, on sentencing, the discretion is up to the judge, right? So this judge could probably be very resentful towards him in the end and say, you were found guilty, you had no remorse, you lied all the way to the end, you spent a lot of money getting high-profile attorneys and witnesses to testify on your behalf, doing all this extra stuff to deceive us, and it still didn't work. You tried to pull a fast one on the system. But now we're going to pull one on you. And might hit him with way more time than what I said. Now, she may appear in court for closing arguments after showing up sporadically, here and there. Most recently, last week, when they left the courthouse together for the first time, walking arm in arm. Before she left the courthouse, she would go one way, he would go another way, or they would go one before each other, or she would go in the back door and come out another door with security and head straight to the vehicle. Last week, they left the courthouse holding hands. Testimony at the trial ended on Tuesday, when Rocky and his lawyers told the judge that he would not take the stand. Every time somebody says, I'm not taking a stand, it kind of reminds me of Tory Lanez case and the cases before Tory Lanez case. If you notice, I'll use Tory Lanez as a recent example. He's a rapper, singer, A$AP Rocky, same thing, rapper. They do music, young black men, successful, and same gun charges type of thing, right? Tory is now crying from behind bars. And the only thing everybody is saying on the outside is, you had a chance to get up and tell your side of the story. Why didn't you? Because listen, your lawyer cannot tell you not to tell your side of the story. Your lawyers can advise you to not go up there. They might say something like the prosecution might trip you up in cross-examination and then make you look guilty even though you weren't. So it's best not to go up there. But if you firm on your ground, knowing you did nothing wrong, you can withstand any questioning. End of the day, A$AP Rocky decided to not take the stand. Okay, so here we are. A$AP Rocky allegedly fired the gun at Relly. Relly is claiming he got hit. The rest is history. A$AP Rocky pulled a lot of witnesses out the woodworks and a lot of people testifying on his behalf out the woodworks. And I tell people this, all those people that were testifying on his behalf, they even had somebody come there to take claim for some gun magazine that was found, saying it was his, and he bought 2 and accidentally left one at A$AP Rocky's residence and all this other stuff. Like, You can argue away all that, but everything comes back to that confrontation at that particular location on that particular day. Let's not forget, y'all, the video camera footage. Okay. At first, everybody was confused, as in everybody as viewers like myself were confused. Do they really have video footage or not? When it was confirmed that there is video footage, I said A$AP Rocky better take a damn plea deal. Nope, they tried to go around it. They said there are multiple footage. Actually, two. In one of the footage, you see A$AP Rocky's face clearly, and he is dressed in the same outfit head to toe. But you don't see a gun in his hand. In another piece of the footage, a different clip, same time, you see somebody that looks like A$AP Rocky dressed in the same outfit. They can't really make out the face of the person. This person this time is holding something in his hand that looks like a gun. That ain't hard to figure out. There was nobody following you around in the streets dressed just like you, standing right around where you were standing at. They met up outside a Hollywood hotel. They scuffled a little bit. Soon as they saw each other, according to Relly, he was meeting up with A$AP Rocky because no matter what, that's his brother. And he figured although they've been beefing by words, they'll be good once they got face to face and talked it out. But he said as soon as he showed up at the location, A$AP Rocky just jumped out of his vehicle and started coming across the street saying all these expletives. I'ma kill you, you F this, F that. Walked right up to him and grabbed him up. Any ninja's natural reaction is to fight or grab you back up to stop you from pouncing me in my face or something. Right? A$AP Relly says A$AP Rocky pulls out the blicky and aims it. And first he aims it at his face. And then he aims it at his chest and then his stomach. And they asked him in court, what do you think he was trying to do? He said, I think he was trying to look for some place to shoot me. Like he was trying to decide if he wanted to shoot me in the head or in the belly or in the chest. That's what I got from it. I said, damn, that's a damning testimony. That is a damning testimony, man. The fights were partially captured on surveillance videos that are not clear enough for easy interpretation. In other words, we didn't get to just see in 1080 HD the whole fight happen from beginning to end. But there are parts of the video where it's clearly A$AP Rocky. And then there are parts where it's not. A$AP 12, another member of the crew who was with A$AP Rocky, he even testified that A$AP Relly was the aggressor and that A$AP Rocky fired the shots as a warning to stop him from attacking another member of their crew. So out the window it goes that he didn't have no gun. You see what I'm saying? This is A$AP Rocky's friend who is on his side, who came in to testify on his behalf, who puts the gun in A$AP Rocky's hand and fires it in his testimony. So now there is no doubt whatsoever that A$AP Rocky was there. He had a gun. He aimed it at A$AP Relly. He fired the gun twice. A$AP 12 said on the stand that A$AP Rocky fired the gun because A$AP Relly was the aggressor. According to A$AP Relly's testimony, he wasn't the aggressor. He went to talk. He didn't have any weapons on him, no nothing. He didn't think he would need to bring a knife or anything because this is his brother. But apparently A$AP Rocky didn't see him that way. This doesn't look good for A$AP Rocky at all, y'all. I know a lot of people in all these comment sections, you know, because they love Rihanna so much and they want to see ASAP Rocky and Rihanna together, raise the babies, and be a beautiful love story, a success story. But I think that fairy tale is about to be interrupted, man. I don't wish it for him. I'm glad nobody died in the incident, but the law is at play here. Now, with ASAP 12 confirming that ASAP Rocky, that was him in the video, he had the gun, he fired it, but he only fired it because ASAP really was the aggressor. Guess what? The law says I am a licensed firearm holder. Me, the person that's speaking right now, I am a licensed firearm carrier, and I carry my gun, but I go to classes, so I learned the law. You cannot just take out a gun and fire it at somebody. You have to fire that gun only if your life is in imminent danger. Only if you are absolutely sure that what is about to happen to you is going to either leave you dead or permanently maimed or disfigured. That's the law. Go look it up. And that's for everybody that legally carries a firearm. So they weren't even fighting like that for him to pull out a gun and fire shots. 12 testified that ASAP Rocky fired blanks from a starter pistol that the rapper has been carrying for security reasons since a music video shoot months earlier, and that everyone involved in the incident knew it. ASAP Rocky's tour manager also testified that ASAP Rocky carries a phony gun. They're all trying to save him. Every one of them are trying to save him. The frigged up, messed up thing is, none of them could say he didn't have a gun because he is seen on video with the gun. So how do we get this to go away? We have to say the gun was a fake gun. And on video it's seen firing the gun, but they can't tell who is the person that's firing the gun. It's the same person, because in other shots his face is clearly shown. He fired a gun, yes, Your Honor, but it was blanks. It wasn't a real gun. Do y'all follow what I'm saying right here? I feel bad for ASAP Rocky. I don't think he's getting out of this. Neither the gun was found or any evidence of the gun being found. Now, ASAP Rocky says the only reason they didn't find any ballistics like shells from the gun at the scene was because he doubled back after he ran off trying not to get shot, and ASAP Rocky ran off trying not to get caught for firing the gun. He doubled back to the area and he looked on the ground and he found the 2 shell casings and he picked them up and he brought them to the police himself. And he said, "Your officer, look, this man just tried to kill me. Here is the proof. Spent shells from where he fired 2 shots. And he did it over here at this address across the building from XYZ. And boom, there was video surveillance of the incident happened at XYZ. Now, that video surveillance should also have caught ASAP Rocky when he doubled back to pick up the shell casings. I don't know if ASAP Rocky's attorney brought that up in court, or were they successful at getting that piece to disappear and they don't want to argue it, because if the state brings it up, they can say, yep, here goes ASAP Rocky right here. He did double back. He's searching the ground. You can see him on video. He picks up 2 things off the ground and then he disappears. Okay, those are the 2 shell casings. It's not in ASAP Rocky's favor. The police who searched the area after the report of the shooting, they found no physical evidence, but ASAP Rocky himself went to the Department of Police 2 days later with the 2 shell casings. He was thinking, should I turn my brother in? Should I turn him in? In closing arguments, the defense will contend that video evidence and text messages can't be trusted, nor can Rocky be trusted. That is not going to work, my friend. He also filed a civil suit in this case, and they tried to say that he was just doing this for money, right? ASAP Rocky's attorney will cast him as this jealous friend who's an opportunist, who he didn't blow up from the group, but ASAP Rocky did. And now ASAP Rocky is rich and famous, and his wife is Rihanna, who's a billionaire, and he himself is a millionaire. He's rolling in the dough. They've come a long way from living life in Harlem, New York. They come a long way from the projects or from the streets or from the hood or however you want to say it. And he didn't make it with them, and he didn't carry him with him, and he feels jilted, so he wants to destroy everything that ASAP Rocky has and make himself rich in the process. That's what ASAP Rocky's attorney will say. I hope that shit flies, because if it does, ASAP Rocky will walk. But there's a message. ASAP Relly vowed to do just that in a message and in a phone call that was recorded by a mutual friend who gave the recording to ASAP Rocky. Relly said in his testimony that those calls, those were faked. The prosecution will argue that ASAP Relly is justly seeking money after a genuine wrong was done to him. They will point out that ASAP Relly's communication around the incident tells a consistent story. When he went to the police and said, yo, officer, ASAP Rocky just tried to kill me over there on 14th and God. And they go over 14th and God. They didn't find anything on the floor, but the video camera shows that the incident happened where he said it happened at. Why would we not believe everything else that he is saying versus you who are trying to say it didn't happen at all? And mind you, here's the bomber. They had meetings before even going to trial. One instance, the judge actually asked them and gave them the opportunity to settle this out of court. Everybody said no. Then, nobody ever heard of a fake gun. Rocky carrying a fake gun. You know, before case go to trial, everything is aired out between prosecution and defense, and whatever evidence prosecution has, they have to share it with the defense. No fake gun was mentioned until the trial actually started, and they got to a point where they could not argue away that ASAP Rocky indeed was in video holding a gun. So then the story came up. Okay, it's him. He's holding the gun, but it's a fake gun. Well, he did fire it too, but it was fake bullets. Oh man. You know what, y'all? I think we're about to see either of two things. I think we're about to either see fame, influence, and money work in ASAP Rocky's favor, which means he will get off. And if he gets off, I hope he flies the straightest, narrowest line ever. But I don't think it's going to happen. Because the other alternative to that is, it's going to be heartbreaking to see this fairy tale life shatter like glass, leaving Rihanna with 2 small children to raise on her own. And you know how they are about their children. They barely go anywhere because they don't even want to leave their kids with anybody else. And now, to see him out the picture for years into a federal penitentiary. ASAP Rocky got a movie coming out with some big stars in the movie. This is supposed to be his big Hollywood debut. I mean, he done, projects before, but this one is supposed to be huge. According to behind the scenes, this is the one that was going to make him A-lister in Hollywood as an actor. And then this. We'll have to see how it goes. I'm going to ask y'all to do me a favor, though. Go ahead and leave your comments in the comment section. Tell me if you think ASAP Rocky is going to prison or you think he's going to beat this case. I'll catch you on the next video. It's BrainFLoTv / Hot Topics TV. You already know if the topic is hot, we're on it. I'm out. Peace.